part of the way that the Video Game History Foundation makes money to stay alive is we do commercial work, and we recently had a commercial request for marketing material related to the original 3 Bubsy games. And so I am attempting to scan some 35 millimeter promotional slides from the press kit for Bubsy 1 while doing the show. It may or may not be distracting, but as I'm doing this, I am screen sharing with the panelists, and they are having to see. It counts
as content.
Right.
Yeah.
I do not know the context for what you're seeing right now. I don't know if anyone wants to.
It looks like a bunch of people are possibly being arrested.
Arrested?
Or,
yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're going to be executed gangland style.
Yeah.
Backs to the camera. They look kind of scared. I believe it's the development team of the first
And one
Bubsy.
guy's just not participating. He's just standing there with his
this is
fingers.
fun, you guys.
His
this is an
hooked
illustration
into his
of what it
pants.
feels like to work on Bubsy.
Yeah.
Asha-chan!
Hi!
Nanigaski!
Oh my god.
Momento! Nope, I gotta do that again. Okay, we gotta do it again. I'm sorry. So now you know what we're going for.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
I don't know I don't know anything that's happening.
These are 40-year-old men, Ash.
None of you do social media at all then, I guess.
No!
My social media pages and your guys' social media pages
They may look a little
so different. Okay.
You gotta keep rolling.
Okay. Let's take that from the top.
Asha-chan!
Hi!
Nanigaski!
Chacominto! Yorima anata!
Franco-chan!
Hi.
Nanigaski!
Okay.
Brenda-chan!
Hi.
Nanigaski!
Inishan Tachi.
This is episode 392 of Insert Credit, a panel show of serious adult video game experts. I'm Alex Jaffe, and I like horrible buzzers, but I like you more. Ash Parrish, you are now down to 8 credits, having spent 1 to make me do that intro.
Well fucking spent.
Yeah. Can you please explain what just
is the context
happened?
of that? Yeah.
Okay, so if you're spent any time on like Instagram or TikTok, you will have heard a song with Japanese idols, and they're like going through the idols and asking them, "Nanigaski,"
What they like.
what do you like? And then you're supposed to answer. They answer with their favorite ice cream flavors or whatever. But I like you more. That's the way that it goes. So everybody's doing that on all the different TikToks and whatever.
I guess I said I liked dog ice cream.
Yeah,
Oops.
it's okay. It's appropriate.
Yeah, it
Sorry,
sure
I'm
is
not
appropriate.
Sorry. I'm not apologizing.
Don't apologize. No, that's a credit well spent.
That's why.
This is our episode where we talk about the most important video game topics of the day and of all time. I think this technically counts towards course credit if you're at Full Sail University or something. We're all accredited professors here. There will be an exam at the end, and only one of you will walk away with the credit for it. This is my first question. What makes a video game edgy?
New metal helps. Belts also help.
Is new metal still like a concern? Like, is that still a thing?
Did you not see that Elden Ring just did a tease? Like
they had an Evanescence trailer
with Evanescence.
Oh my god! Like, Wake Me Up Inside.
Yes,
exactly that.
Is that actually the song they
That
used?
is actually
to
the song.
tease Elden
100%
Ring?
yes.
Yes.
What?
The new Elden Ring DLC.
That rules.
No,
It was like
the
yesterday.
new Elden Ring game. Night Rain is a game.
The multiplayer one. Yeah.
So,
sorry,
okay,
I forgot.
then just hang on. Stop. So they announced a new Elden Ring game, and they used Evanescence Wake Me Up Inside
Correct.
to promote it?
Yes.
That's awesome.
It really is.
That's so cool.
Bandai Namco's social media team has been incredible in putting these trailers together. They recently put out this trailer for a new Dragon Ball Z game that they cut like in the style of an old Toonami promo. So they absolutely know their full audience. Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't sincere. It's somewhat ironic.
Well, I think it's both.
It's not so much ironic as I see you sick fucks. I know what you like.
It's aware. It's
Yes.
I wouldn't say it's ironic, but it's like it knows what it's doing. And that's always a difficult line because like when you do like a Saturday morning cartoon style thing, it comes off really flat. But this
it's the DJ who knows
works.
how to get the floor jumping.
Yeah.
The thing is, I have not seen this trailer for Night Rain. I'm actually in the middle of writing my review for it because I have a bad history with Wake Me Up Inside, which I was just discussing with my husband because Wake Me Up Inside is having a moment, I guess, culturally because of the rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
So in the rehearsal, Nathan Fielder, I guess, revealed that Captain Sully, the guy who did the Miracle on the Hudson and landed the plane or whatever, that's his favorite song. And I guess, like, I don't know, he uses it to inspire himself or whatever. And it features throughout the show. But my personal history with it is that I once sang this song in front of my high school English class very poorly. Yeah. And I've never recovered. So I can't really hear it without like wanting to run away.
Yes.
Wow.
So
I understand.
I can't listen to it.
Well, there you go.
I once
you can
heard,
imagine
I don't know,
it though.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard that is the best-selling independently released album of all time.
No way.
Yeah.
Interesting. I find that difficult to believe, but it's possible. Anything's possible.
I mean, I believe, if you just think about how huge of a hit that was, how many people bought that album, and the fact that it was independent at the time.
But what does independent mean?
Well, that's kind of what, right. Like, I wonder if the music industry has the same conversations that we have, which is like, what does indie even mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as for edgy, I think it means something different in every era, and it means that you're like poking the bear of cultural sensibility.
I agree with that. I think now that I understand the context and the joke, I don't think nu metal is currently edgy.
No, it's not now.
It is now a nostalgia play, maybe.
Yeah.
I like how you said, is nu metal still a concern? As if it's like it was once some like national health emergency.
It was for me.
Are your children? Yeah.
For metal fans, also, it was a big problem because it ruined it for all of us true metalheads. It was like, wait, I don't associate myself with this garbage. This isn't real.
I prefer my biscuits firm.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, like, I don't know what necessarily qualifies as nu metal. I don't know if it showed up.
It's metal
on
with rap in it.
Is it? Is that
not
is that
exclusively? But that it's also called groove metal. It has
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it has different. It's like if you mix Red Hot Chili Peppers and like a little sprinkle of death metal, and then you put a DJ in there.
Okay.
Sometimes.
So is System of a Down nu metal?
Yep.
Oh.
But they sort of are in a hybridized zone, but they like nu metal they were part of the nu metal movement along with Korn and Powerman 5000 and Lit and yes.
Yeah, you're saying all of the metal bands that I listen to, so I guess that just makes me nu metal trash. Anyway, this is not what we're here to talk about.
That's okay. It makes sense that also it's like a straight through line to you liking the post Sonic Adventure music. Because that was the direction that went, and that was when I
guess Shadow the Hedgehog would be an essential entry in the nu metal video game canon.
Yes. But edginess now, like edginess has always been like on the verge of problematic, so I don't really want to talk about what edginess would be right now.
Well, I think it's a good conversation to have if we know what it is. It's something to maybe preemptively like
avoid
or push against, even. You know what I mean? Because I think the thing with edginess is that it's on the edge, right? And
yeah,
maybe as a panel we can predict what will be problematic that isn't yet.
I can tell you exactly.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. Mm-hmm. What edginess is. It's all what Neil Druckmann thinks he's doing with The Last of Us 2. Ta-da!
Sure, that's edgy. Also,
like that. I'm like being serious.
No, I know. And anti-woke pushback, like having a booby lady because it's anti-woke, that's edgy. It sucks, but it's edgy.
We've never gotten rid of booby ladies. They have never gone anywhere.
No, there's always been booby ladies. Yeah. But like your reasoning behind it can be true or false. The reasoning behind it in Nier is relatively truthful. The reasoning behind it in
Metal Gear Solid 5.
yeah, who knows?
Well,
Who
once you
knows?
learn the true reason, Ash.
Yeah, then
She
breathes through her skin.
I feel really bad about how I judged him before.
Yeah,
I knew the
I
contact.
feel so ashamed of my words and deeds. I've never stopped. Have we
Lol.
defined it? Should we move on?
yeah.
I think so.
Seems
Yeah.
like
All right. How do you feel about critical hit systems in video games? I don't trust them.
Oh, well, I don't trust them, but I do like them because then there's like a bigger explosion, and I like when that happens. I like watching the slightly larger number.
You don't trust the numbers? You don't trust the underlying spreadsheet, I guess, that determines critical hit? Like, what do you mean you don't trust? Like, you think the DM is fudging their rolls behind the screen?
I don't trust putting stock in them. There are all these like systems where like you're dependent on critical hits, or like you would try to increase how much damage a critical hit does, or the chances of getting a critical hit. And it feels like fudging with numbers you're not supposed to.
I think that I haven't seen games where the critical hits were necessary rather than just a nice bonus. So I'm still playing through Ghostwire Tokyo right now, and there's like a machine gun style attack that you can do, and you can upgrade it to add a chance to do critical hits. And even if it doesn't do anything, sometimes when I'm hitting the enemy, it goes, and I'm like, yeah, I got you. I just it just works on me, you know. That's
kind of where I am too. Like
my problem there. Yeah.
Go. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the host as a new panelist. Go for it.
Fuck me, I guess. What? Go fuck myself.
I was just gonna say that I'm with Brandon. That like I'm just a big dummy, and when like my hit's a bigger hit, I clap my hands like a seal.
Yeah.
So what? That's it.
I'm doing it.
It works.
Yeah.
It's just when you're like modifying your stats or your items to like be like, oh, this can increase the critical hit effect. It's usually at the expense of some other way to enhance the thing. And like I would every time rather get the more boring thing that works all the time than the thing that'll work 1 in 20 times.
Right now I'm playing this indie RPG called Claire Obscure. And it's
how many expeditions are
made
there
by like 5 people. It was crazy. I actually did this in that other RPG that I played recently that I won't say because Ash will lose her shit. But I'm just pumping literally everything into luck and having a very good time. Just criticking all the time. Just critting. I mean, critting. What?
Critiquing.
Critiquing.
We call it critiquing.
Critiquing.
Yeah, this is video game criticism.
Your pants are subpar.
I think it's critting.
Put on some sunscreen, etc.
That would be appropriate for a French RPG, I suppose.
Yeah. This bread is flavorless.
Your fromage does not stink. Exactly.
So I'm enjoying being a dumb seal, baby.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
it's like the tides have turned. I'm clubbing as a seal, baby.
Oh my god!
Jeez. Seal into club. That's the way I prefer to think about that, is clubbing seal instead of a seal getting hurt. Anyway, there's more boring ways, but crits are fun. I like big number. I like chance at big number. Even though I hate gambling, it's still like these games get boring when you're hitting and you're doing the same thing all the time. If you give me a little spice every once in a while, and
true.
I don't know exactly when it's coming, that's helpful for me toward getting less bored.
Yeah, that occasional spike does help,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're fighting a bunch of guys over and over.
Yeah, like in the Muso games or whatever. You need
Yeah.
You need that. You need that sometimes. Because then you're just like, blam, I laid waste to a whole bunch of dudes with one swipe. That's great. So I think we're in agreement over here. Crits are good.
Crits are good.
And I like when it's a crit and the number is bigger than the numbers around it. That's really good.
Yes, indeed.
It's the numbers get all yellow and
they're huge.
Yeah,
Big font.
yeah.
72-point font.
And sometimes you do a move that like hits like 12 times and then like 6 of them are big yellow numbers.
Yeah.
And
But it
that's
doesn't
a real
matter because the
clapper.
thing is
I'm the
already
best.
dead. Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You want to see the math go.
No,
It
that's my one crit of Clair Obscur is that as soon as something dies, it stops showing you numbers.
That's too bad.
Well, the last hit or whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's true. Actually, when they die, like as soon as they're dead, they just disappear. You can't like continue hitting them as in your combo after they're dead and seeing the numbers. I don't like.
They should patch that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What video games have the best crits?
Well, I actually do think that Clair Obscur, I've only watched video of it because I had a complicated relationship with purchasing it due to, it's just like I was going to buy it physical, but I knew I was going to have to review it later, so I was going to get it for free. Not review it, like judge it for a award show. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to wait and buy the physical cheaper. Still new, but cheaper. But then the physical ran out forever, maybe. I don't know if they're making more. And so now I'm in a position where like I would like to play it now, but I have to buy the digital one, which I know I'm going to get for free. So it's very complicated. But
Brandon, do you have an Xbox?
Yeah.
Get it on Game Pass.
Yeah, but we're kind of BDSing over here right now with
good.
with the
Fair
Microsoft.
Fair point.
But watching video of it, I was very impressed with their treatment of the numbers. I really do think they did a good job of that. I like watching it. I was like, well, this is why I want to play this game. Like they make hitting things and the numbers look cool. Personas do a good job, sort of.
They really do really good, like crunchy, slappy sounds too when you hit things.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's important to put
like
that sound
blowing
effect
out the speakers, like almost clipping when you hit them really hard. You know,
clipping is important. I feel like
I
it's
agree.
underutilized in like the KOF games did a great job, but since then people stopped doing the.
I want to clarify that I like when crits happen. I just don't believe in investing in crits.
I do. I feel like it's a valid strategy. Like I have chosen in this game, for example, that I came to this decision because I realized you could, in theory, avoid getting hit always. And so
good luck with that.
Well, I know, but like in theory, I could just beat my head against it until I get past it if I wanted to. But what I couldn't compensate for is random numbers make me clap. So that's what I went for.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
How much does it cost to ask a question?
It costs 1 credit to ask a question.
Can I spend a credit to ask a question?
You absolutely can, Ash. You can spend a credit at any time to ask a question. You could spend a credit at any time to run the gotcha machine, and all the other stuff we've talked about, I suppose.
Then I would like to spend a credit to ask a question.
What do we got?
I would like to ask the panel, based on recent video game discourse on Blue Sky, provided
we're talking about
by
parrying.
my lovely friends at aftermath.site. Yes. How does the panel feel about parrying?
Are you Ash Parrish or Ash Parryless?
No, I'm very much Ash Parry-ish. It's right there in the name.
Yeah. I'm not anti-parry, but I don't like it being in too much stuff. If I have the opportunity to not do it, I will not do it. If there's a less fun way for me to play the game where I don't have to worry about timing, that's the way I'm going to play it pretty much every time. I don't mess around with parries.
I don't remember the last time David Perry worked on a game.
He's so tall.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
He just can't see us. He was like Shiny Entertainment. So Earthworm Jim and Aladdin for the Genesis, and then going on to MDK and other games like that.
Yeah, and then the Spectrum games or whatever before that. Anyway, joke's over. I like parrying because I like a good risk reward. I like a good optional parry. Let's put it that way.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I like when parries aren't mandatory to get through the game, but are something you can risk to get ahead. I think that's really fun, and that's when the sound clips the most. Actually, in Clair Obscur is when you parry, especially when like the whole world goes black and white and you do the parry with the other button, parry button. There's 2 parry buttons.
Yeah, they call that a gay parry.
A pair of parry buttons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, gay parry. That's good.
You've got the straight parry and the gay parry. Not what you're
I like watching videos of people doing parries in like Street Fighter 3.
Yes, exactly.
Like
parrying is a sport that you're either really good at it or you really enjoy watching it.
Yes, and I don't want to have to be able to do it to succeed in a video game, but I like watching people do it successfully when it's clearly skill oriented. But in a lot of games, it just feels like more work to me. It's hard to explain, but it feels like another barrier to success rather than a reward for doing something cool. The game wants it's often when a game wants you to pay attention because they think you're like the pace is gonna drag and stuff, and they don't want you to just mash through an RPG battle, for example. And there have been many solutions to trying to not get people to mash through an RPG battle, but I think the ultimate solution is let people and make the mashing be smooth.
You feel like an idiot when you don't know how to do it, but once you figure it out, you feel like the coolest person on earth.
That effect is compounded when there's a cool sound effect or visual effect that accompanies the parry. So like when you parry something in Doom, you get a nice little satisfying cling sound. Or this is dodging, but like when you dodge in Bayonetta and she goes into her little witch time thing, that shit's cool. Like love that shit. I eat it up.
Calling something witch time is a very good idea, by the way.
Witch time is great.
Yeah. What a great name.
My favorite parry is baseball. It's a parry-based sport.
I thought you were going to say that guy who runs the Daily Planet.
Oh, Perry White?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Leaping Lizards, Great Caesar's Ghost. Yeah, that guy.
Sure, don't call me Chief. That guy.
Yeah.
No, this isn't my comic book
Bring
podcast.
me pictures of Spider-Man. Yeah.
Exactly. I think, cricket, baseball, where like you have a second to react at a thing being thrown at you and just hit it back with equal or greater force. That's what makes baseball cool.
I think volleyball is a parry-based sport.
Yeah, volleyball is another one.
Yes.
Tennis, I suppose.
Yeah, a lot of parrying in volleyball.
I want to share two things. One's related to the topic, one's not. I'm going to start with the not. I recently celebrated my birthday and just thought it'd be a funny thing to do. I haven't done it in a long time. I smoked a cigar, right?
Wow.
So I was outside smoking a cigar, and I got to tell you, I just immediately wanted pictures of Spider-Man. As soon as I lit it up.
You wish you had a desk near you to bang on?
Yeah. Second thing I want to share is sort of related, which is it's the thing that I think about whenever anyone says parry. This is something delightful from the Video Game History Foundation's Discord. Phil's already laughing in the other room. So someone in our Discord recovered some images from a used Game Boy camera, including this one that I'm now putting in host chat that is now a sticker in our Discord, and it rules.
It's a little,
I love it. I love it so much.
And it says Perry on it.
That's adorable.
Look at him. Look at Perry.
It's Perry.
Yeah, you want to be watching this on YouTube right now so you can behold Perry.
Whenever I see that, I'm just like, Perry. Like, I say it out loud. Whenever, like, how could you not? It's Perry.
Perry. It's Perry. He's cool. I don't even like birds.
You don't like birds?
Perry's great.
You can't trust birds.
Like birds that fly, don't trust them. Birds that are giant birdmen with busted wings and armor and wield a good big ass halberd and shield, those are my favorite birds.
You
Ashley
like
has
big
a new
birds?
Crush. Yes, I do. But they have to be in armor.
And you cannot lie.
Sesame Street. Let's be clear.
Okay. I'm glad we're getting that taxonomy sorted.
She likes large bird, not big bird.
Please update the monster fucking wiki accordingly.
Yes. So right under, Doom Guy, Ash's next romantic obsession is the Guardian from Night Rain.
Okay. Good to know. Really brings you to life, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's the name of the song.
I get it. I got it.
Okay. I'm glad you brought up Claire Obscure earlier, Frank, because it's been on my mind as well as a game that has painted a unique picture of what an unambiguously French RPG would look like.
Painted. I see what you did there. That's pretty good. Yeah. Good.
Which
good
raises
reference.
the question, what would similar RPGs look like from other European countries with their cultural trademarks on display?
Well, Germany already has a farming simulator, so that's taken care of. That's what it would
we
be.
already answered this question. It's Truck Simulator. That encompasses the entire European continent.
Yeah.
No, but these are like taking the JRPG format and nationalizing them across Europe.
So you're a truck that like kicks soccer balls. That's your move.
A soccer ball kicking. So Transformers soccer.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Man, France is so easy.
Oh no, I think you just reinvented Rocket League.
Oh sure.
Oh right.
The people who made Sifu also reinvented Rocket League. Like they're literally making a 3v3 real people kicking the ball soccer game. which is funny.
The England would be like, they would have a tea time in the middle of a battle.
Yeah.
Where you would have
Put
to
the
do
kettle
something.
on. You would go to Greg's, get a sausage roll.
Yeah, exactly. That all the consumables would be like sausage rolls, bangers and mash, chips,
Tiny cakes.
Yeah, tiny cakes, little bitty sandwiches and whatnot. You would receive your objectives from the queen rather than the king. Those sorts of things.
Well, I mean, not anymore. You know that like it was kind of a big deal that England doesn't have a queen anymore,
I know,
right?
I know, but we'd go back to queen because because it's got to have that kind of that vintage feeling. Let's see, Poland.
What's
would have
a PRPG?
Yeah. a PRPG. I think you get like all your weapons guys. This already happened in Final Fantasy 15, but all your weapons guys would be like out of the back of a truck, but it would be like way seedier. They would make sure that all the vehicles are communism era Polish vehicles made in Poland. Datsun's from Japan, but they did have some there.
It was a European model.
No, Datsun's Japan. But it lived on in India long after the Datsun brand was extinguished everywhere else, which was very surprising to me. I found that out in India. But Poland, you would also have those ring based foods. I can't remember that ring bread. That's I can't remember what it's called. And what else would you have? You would have a lot of communist monuments that would be graffitied.
You said Poland, right?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we already do this with The Witcher? Isn't just what that is?
Yeah, The Witcher is the PRPG.
I guess it's not it is very Polish, but it's not modern Poland, and it's not.
I'm imagining like in the Balkans, you have a lot of the Dragoon class where they go into that Slav squat and they just launch into the air.
That would be incredible.
Former Yugoslavian region, you just have a bunch of people who are very similar who hate each other.
I'm sorry.
I want to see that Persona game.
Yeah.
I've never been to Europe, and anything I say would probably be offensive.
Yeah, go on.
So, so I'm just like going to abstain.
No, you're allowed to offend Europe.
So, some of what I'm saying is mildly offensive anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we love being offensive here.
Yeah,
we're living on.
We're
the
redefining edgy. Yeah.
Right.
Germans, you're drinking your potions out of a big boot-shaped glass. You're eating pretzels. The all of the best armor is like lederhosen based.
Yeah.
You're strapping your leggings to over your shoulders, and then it's like ambiguous whether you want to go with the big bad guy or whether you want to kill him, and you're just not really sure. Just not really sure which way.
Ooh, ouch!
Yeah, blasted.
What about Spain?
Naps. You take a siesta to heal HP. Lots of shellfish based.
Spain. There's one specific village that speaks a different language from everyone else, and they're really, really serious about it.
That's also what the Canadian RPG is like.
Exactly.
So. Yeah.
Well, the Spain one also, every fight, they have to have a chain link fence in the background so you can climb it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's got those long-ass claws.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Wearing a little
I'm actually quite proud of myself that I knew the reference you were making. I don't know why I knew that or how I knew that.
You don't know why you know Street Fighter 2?
It's just not something that I think of all the time, but I got it.
Well, you're getting in there.
Yeah.
You're getting in there, Ash Parrish.
Yeah.
It's all happening.
Yeah, it's slowly.
Welcome to the show.
My husband would talk about the Sega all the time and about how terrible that fucking sound chip is. And now every time I see like an old Sega game, I know that it's a Sega game because I hear the same sounds that I can recognize.
Because it goes
like, exactly. That's a new skill.
Italy, Mafia game. It's just Mafia.
Well, you also drive tiny cars around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if we're in the distant past, Caesar. There's a whole JRPG you can make out of all that nonsense.
That is time. Congratulations to everyone for not saying the secret word this week, which was Refantasio. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Are you seeing this idiot on screen right now, by the way?
I am seeing this idiot. I am loving this idiot.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah, they're giving him $1,000.
Okay,
That's the most money Bubsy has ever seen.
Put this in time perspective for me. When would this picture have been taken?
1993. Yes, very good. Very good.
This is like the most 1993 thing I have ever seen. Just looking at the fashion and the hair, I am like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be in that picture. I want to live in that picture.
The other thing is like, I feel like decades have blended for all of us to where like the 80s is from like 1982 to 1993 or 4. Because like...
That's true.
Like people could also be like, oh, that lady's got the most 80s ass mullet. But it's 93, you know?
Well, the decades bleed together. Like, Brandon, you and I are around in the 80s. It looked like the 70s. Mm-hmm. That's what things looked like, but people don't know that. It was very brown. Everything
was brown and orange in the early 80s. That was just all we had.
Welcome back to Insert Credit, the show. It's time for us to go right into the question hole. Just
QH.
Strap on your bathing suit and dive on in. This is the point of every show where we take one of the questions submitted to us by our kind patrons at patreon.com/insertcredit, where if you subscribe there, you could get access to that form. That sends us those questions. You can get monthly bonus episodes and just hang out with some real cool people. Get some great surprises. This week's question comes from Magnanimus, who asks, what's the best game on the Wikipedia page list of video games notable for negative reception? Some of these, like Cyberpunk 2077, have been updated to be pretty good.
Okay, so the question is
which of these is the best?
The best game or the best notable for...
I think best game while being notable.
Yeah.
For being
it's
bad.
Not Custer's Revenge.
No, that might be the worst.
I'm seeing an early potential one with Night Trap.
Night Trap, Legend of Zelda.
Game-wise is at least interesting.
Your boy Bubsy's on here.
Jekyll and Hyde's actually a very interesting game.
Yeah.
Fallout 76 is one that I would say. Wait, you mean time of release or now?
Time of release.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, that was patched to be better.
Right.
Same with like Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14 doesn't count.
Batman Dark Tomorrow is pretty bad. Mm-hmm. You played that one, Jaffe?
No, I have not played it. I've watched it, but I've never played it myself.
There's 2 Double Dragon games on here. And 2 Sonic games.
Yeah.
Nice.
So like we couldn't say Final Fantasy 14 because we have to base it on release time?
Yes.
Yeah, because that is very clearly the winner here.
Yeah.
Balan Wonderworld is a strong contender.
Yeah, Balan Wonderworld. Let's do that. That would probably
awful.
be my bid. Babylon's Fall was like fine. It wasn't awful. It was fine. But that doesn't really. I think Balan Wonderworld has a bunch of interesting things in it. And Night Trap is interesting as far as being like it's a game where you play as someone watching monitors, which like as an interactive movie that became much more popular later. Yeah.
I want to explain why Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is an interesting game.
Okay.
Please do.
We're all familiar with Jekyll and Hyde, right?
Yeah.
Meager guy turns into a monster. It's an allegory for something, I don't know. So in this game, like most games for the Nintendo Entertainment System where you play as a person, your goal is to start on the left and get all the way to the right. Okay? So you're Dr. Jekyll and you're in wherever he is, London, I guess. And you just got to get to the right. You just got to get through every level. But everyone's just in your way, just normal people, just being very annoying, right? So like people walking with their dogs on leash that like attack you, and there's like just weird ladies like singing, and they sing really bad and the notes hurt you. And like the meter is just how pissed off you're getting because you just want to go to the right, but everyone's in your way. And when your meter fills up, you turn into Mr. Hyde, who goes left.
I like it.
Right? Yeah. So it like when you're Mr. Hyde, you start backtracking because you're pissed off and you just can't get to the right because everyone's pissing you off, and you have to learn to like live in society to make your way all the way to the right, meaning avoid all these things that are trying to annoy you. I think it's an interesting game.
I want to point out this great bit on the box art for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
I like it. The box art's pretty cool.
The
It
box
looks like
art
a
is
good
great. And on the left, it advertises the key feature of this game: battle demons with Hyde's psycho wave. Just
that's
as
true.
Robert
Yeah.
Louis Stevenson intended.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, and when you're Mr. Hyde, you are just like messing everything up, right? Like you are really powerful. You do have a hyper wave or whatever it is, and suddenly there's monsters attacking you or something. I don't know, but like, and it feels kind of cool in like a critical hit way, I guess. But it's all negative. You know what I mean? Like once the moment has passed and the dust has settled, it turns out you're way more left than you were. You know what I mean? There's just something beautiful and elegant about that design. There's something
So much for the tolerant left.
yeah.
Sorry.
Nice, Brendan.
Thank you.
Take your credit.
And I should be fair to the game. It's not just like, dogs and ladies singing. There's also people that just throw bombs at you for no reason, like they do in London, I think, at least back then.
Yeah, that's how it was. So I think those are probably the three.
Not a good game, just
Yeah.
an interesting game. I want to be
Yeah.
clear. Don't play it.
Yeah.
Don't play it, but it's interesting.
These are not games that I know or have played. What is Hotel Mario? Is that like Hotel Rwanda but with Mario?
Ash, you know those like infamous Zelda games that came out for the Philips CDI?
Yeah.
Hotel Mario was that for Mario.
But it was just a whatever.
But is it
like,
Hotel Rwanda
Yeah.
but with Mario?
No,
Yes.
no, I did not say Hotel Rwanda. That was you.
Hotel Mario's fine, and I don't agree with it because it wasn't even known back then. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it wasn't infamous or notable at all. And I hadn't heard of it. I played the Zelda games on the CD. I had
Yeah.
never heard of Hotel Mario.
Hotel Mario isn't even the interesting bad Mario game. That's Mario is missing.
Yeah. Nobody would have cared if it didn't say Mario on it.
Correct.
Right.
And
No
it's
one
actually
cared
just a
who
whatever.
I was before I put Mario
If it was an
on my
arcade
title.
cabinet starring a guy with a big nose wearing a dress or whatever, like it'd be fine. No one would even talk about it. Just be like in your MAME set and you play it sometimes. But because it has Mario, it's bad.
All right. Which video game character do you think the most actual human people have been named after?
Like with the intent to be named after a video game.
Gotta
Okay.
be
Yes.
that. Yes.
Okay.
I think Cloud's in the running.
Eris.
Mm.
Eris.
I mean,
It's gotta be
named
Eris. Or Aerith.
Right? Have you met
the answer
any of
to
those?
this question is probably for there are a whole fucking lot of dogs that are named Bella because of Twilight,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like I can't think of what that is for a human. Like I could probably do that for dogs, but dogs, not for humans.
It could be Mario, could be
No.
Luigi. Like it's possible.
With the express intent to be named after a video game character, it probably might be Cloud.
Yeah, that was my first answer. I'm sticking with it because it's got to be something that affected people that much, deserving or not, right? Something that really stuck with people. That they'd name their kid after it, right?
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of video game characters like Mario or whatever that are a common name, and possibly people landed on that name because of the game, but I would think that that's more like a contributing factor as opposed to the primary motivator, right? So it has to be like a unique video game name, I think. So I'm going Cloud. I don't think I can top Cloud.
I think you're wrong.
I also would think that a lot of people would name their kid John and try to pass it off as like this is a normal name, but they're actually naming them after the guy from Red Dead Redemption. I could see that a lot.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to think of things where like a dweeb man is trying to hide video
Yes.
game character from his wife as they name
Exactly.
their child.
Which is why John,
That's
that
it.
would
Yeah,
work.
that's
So that
a
was why I
good
was thinking that
impulse.
like Mario, like if you're an Italian American family, you could sneak Mario in.
but I don't think there are enough weeb male or weeb gamers like that would name their kid Mario. It's
Yeah, maybe it's probably
he's not that great.
right.
Like Peach, maybe, or maybe even Luigi. Not even. Because I do that
Daisy?
with my dogs, right? Like give them a name that is a nerd name that can be disguised as like a normie name. So like for Ein,
Yeah.
if you know, you know, and if you don't know, it's Einstein. For Boo, if you know, you know. If you don't, it's Boo from Monsters Inc. or whatever. So
Yeah.
There is a correct answer here, and you've circled around it at some point.
Oh, really?
Is it Arthur?
But it's not Arthur.
damn it.
It's Tifa.
No, it's. I'm gonna say it's not a Final Fantasy character.
Interesting.
Why would you
What?
lie to us?
I didn't lie to you.
He hasn't said anything.
Is it Zelda?
It's Zelda. Zelda's like
Yeah.
the 600th most popular girl name in America.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay.
figured it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I know of exactly one named after the game, which is Zelda Williams. I've never met another Zelda.
There is a bunch
I've
of
never met her
Zeldas
either. Let's
out
be clear.
there.
I don't want
Yeah.
anyone to think I've met Zelda Williams. I'm not speaking out of turn here. But
I don't think it's possible to name a girl Zelda after the year 1990 and not have
Correct.
it be influenced by The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah,
Because you've got the Zelda character from the F.
Right.
Scott story, which ostensibly that's where that name
It's a real
came
person.
from.
I know
And-
it's his actual
and-
wife was Zelda.
That's a real person.
Actually.
Yeah, or that.
The story of his life is what Ash meant.
He probably did treat her as a character. It's true.
yeah.
Which is where that name would have come from originally.
Yeah.
But like, he's right. After 1990, that would almost exclusively be.
Yeah.
That was obvious.
If I'm wrong, shout me out in the comments, but I'm pretty sure number one has got to be Zelda.
Number 2, probably Sephiroth. Like,
You think?
identifiably video game name, Sephiroth or Cloud. I'd guarantee it.
Yeah, I mean, Genova Chen is named after Final Fantasy VII. That's
True, and that's
true.
just as much Genova's as Frank knows Zelda's.
Mhm.
Who
Okay.
do you have to be as a person to name your kid Genova?
No, Cloud is sub 2000 in popular baby names, so Zelda's got that way beat.
Like, that's not a good person.
Yeah. Well, this next question is mainly for you, Frank. I want us to create a definitive ranking of the 5 best Pac-Man games.
No.
Why is that for me?
Because
Because
it
it
ain't for
feels
me.
like you would know the most about Pac-Man games.
Because you have opinions about Pac-Man too. That's
Right.
probably why.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So what are the ones in the running? So let's just start with like variations of the actual Pac-Man, right? Like
Mhm.
2D
Yeah.
maze, whatever. There's only going to be one of these on that list.
Yeah, and
I'd
it'll
say.
probably be Miss Pac-Man, the original.
I believe
right?
it's probably Miss Pac. No, I mean it's either Miss Pac-Man if we're limiting it to the old ones, or it's whatever that more modern take on it that was on the 360 or what
Championship Edition?
I
Yeah.
think Championship Edition is its own thing.
You think it's its own thing? It's on there.
Yeah.
It might be
Yeah,
number one. It's on there.
Yeah, that's definitely on there, but it does a lot more stuff.
Okay.
It plays with the conventions. So
Okay, so that's on there. So that and Miss Pac-Man are on the list right now. So
Yeah.
number one is that, and then Miss Pac-Man. I just like Pac-Man 2 as a weird like view from an alternate universe of what a video game might be. Like there's not
Yeah.
a game like that really, where the main character is just kind of doing its own thing, and you're affecting the world like God while just like pointing at things and manipulating Pac-Man's emotions to get things done is a very weird mechanic. It's a very brave game to do with Pac-Man, and so brave that they've never re-released it or like acknowledged it. So Pac-Man 2, aka Hello Pac-Man in Japan.
I
Number
will
3.
argue the fact that they've never acknowledged Pac-Man 2, in that there's like an entire stage in Super Smash Brothers based on Pac-Man 2.
yeah.
I don't know if that's true. What do you mean?
What am I thinking of?
Like, is there a Pac-Land stage? Because Pac-Land is very similar looking to Pac-Man 2.
Yeah, it's Pac-Land. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it's based on
Alright.
Pac-Land, which is like an
Yeah.
okay platform game.
That's what I'm thinking of. Sorry.
Number 4, I want to put Pack and Roll because it's fun to think about the idea of rolling Pac-Man on a DS
bad
with a
game,
stylus. Well,
Okay.
You want to put another one in?
Pac-Man World, and the 3 Pac-Man worlds are great.
Okay.
This can't count because it is not out, but the new Pac-Man
Oh, yeah.
game
No,
actually
that's-
looks kind of cool.
That was going to be my number 5 is Shadow Labyrinth because we're bringing it back to what's edgy. And
Yeah.
Shadow Labyrinth where you're doing
Pac-Man
a
Zero, baby.
Souls like Metroidvania with big Pac-Man powers. That's got to be number 5, even if it's not out. I don't care.
So did any of you watch Secret Level, the new one?
I
Or
skipped
there's only
it.
one. I think there's only one.
I don't know what that
I don't
is.
know if there's 2 or 1.
No,
So there was
We
it's
talked
okay.
about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a Pac-Man short where it's really fucking weird. Like it's like this weird, edgy. Pac-Man is evil. Things die. Lots of blood. This game is like that, but better. And I actually kind of like that short in Secret Level. I'm sorry, it makes me. I have bad taste, you guys. I'm so sorry. But I saw the advertisement for this new Pac-Man. I'm like, you know what? This is weird, but I kind of fuck with this. It's different in a way that is interesting and not like try hard, if that makes sense.
Well, it is. I think it's try hard in the right ways. It's try hard for the
Yeah.
audience that wants try hard. Like it's like new metal. It's a lot like new metal. And that's what they should put in the game. And so, Frank, you want to just put the Pac-Man worlds in a clump as number 4?
Sure.
Because I can't really separate them.
Same. Also, when I try to think about them, I just also think about that Frogger game. Those are just occupy the same place in my head.
I understand. Yeah, I watched a fun tool-assisted speedrun of Pac-Man World that made me appreciate that the construction of that game even more.
So I'm looking at the list on Wikipedia. The 80s is done. Just call it Miss Pac-Man. There's other crap there, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. Pac Attack was really bad. Mm-hmm. Pac in Time was also pretty bad. Pac-Man VR, no one's ever played.
No.
I don't know Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness. Is that a PS1 game? There's a lot of games here I've never played. I don't know.
Yeah. We don't need to know them all. I think we got a pretty good list here.
Pac Pix is really dumb. Remember Pac Pix on the DS? You like draw Pac-Man?
I do.
That was really weird.
There's a game called Fury of the Furries, which is a variation on Pac in Time. So that's important to know.
I'm very into that.
Okay, I got one more question before we go to lightning round.
Okay,
let's talk a little bit about your pets, present or past. If your dog or cat suddenly became a human being, what video games do you think they'd be into?
Oh no.
Oh, man.
Boo would play FIFA immediately. That's all he fucking cares about. Like, this dog goes ape shit if you kick a ball in front of him. But it has to be like a real ball, but it has to have one of those like little plastic foam covers that he can chew all the little bits off with, but not like puncture the actual integrity of the ball. Like, this dog, I don't know how to explain it to you. I wish I had a video that I could show you. Dog, kick the fucking ball. Kick the ball. You have to kick the ball.
Little sidebar, Ash. Have you purchased or been aware of the regular size soccer ball that has all these little green tabs on it?
So I am aware of that. I will get. Yeah, I will get Boo something like that. But what I really want to get him is those big hurting balls that you can give to like collies and stuff like that. They can push with their nose. Boo would enjoy that as well.
Yeah. Pocket would also be playing. He would play several different sports games. He would be cycling between them depending on how he feels every day. He would for sure be playing sports games, but I also think he has a lot of like small man rage, and I think he would play one of the Call of Duties online. Mm-hmm. Is what he would do. I think he'd be shrieking into his headset playing Call of Duty. He wouldn't be saying slurs, but he would be insulting people's skills.
So, Frank, what is it? Oatmeal and hot dog?
Wow.
Corn dog.
Corn dog and taffy. Corn dog and taffy.
Where did I get hot dog from?
Oatmeal and hot dog. That sounds pretty good.
Bisquick and Triscuit.
Oatmeal's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what the kids wanted to name Frosty the Snowman, remember? In the Christmas special. Let's call him Oatmeal.
I'm Jewish.
But
I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it.
That's lame. I'm sorry, you were never children. So I need something that's not Duck Hunt, but like that, because that's definitely a cat game, right? They just they know something's going to jump out, and they just want to wait for it. And then when it jumps out, they want to get it. Right?
Maybe point blank.
Sure.
The Namco light gun game that's very what do you call it? Like carnival oriented.
Yeah, it's got to be a carnival kind of game, right? Like the Police Trainer, that arcade game has like the levels where the balls come out and you shoot the balls, stuff, something like that. That's
so. I haven't met these cats, unfortunately, yet. I'm gonna meet them, but
they're almost not kittens. Technically,
I know.
You gotta hurry.
Wouldn't one of them? Because I don't know them. But if there's one that's like a little weird and subversive, maybe one of them would want to play that game where you're a mouse with a knife just to see what it's like.
Sure. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know that either of them knows what a mouse is.
Yeah.
We don't have those, but we do have mouse toys. Yeah.
They know in their hearts.
They do. They do somewhere deep inside. They know.
Yeah, once they see them, they're like, I have to kill and eat that.
Taffy likes climbing. She likes climbing people a lot.
So,
Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow
of the Colossus.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what Saber would like. She's very like, she'd probably like dating sims. She's really into romance and also
qualify that because that's a dog.
She just loves everybody.
Okay.
Is more what I mean. She's very, very happy to like jump all over everybody and lick their face. that kind of dog. But also she's very high energy, so I'm not sure how to put those two things together. Oh wait, she wants to do a dating sim, not a dating sim, but like a Pokemon or like a friend gathering simulator type of a thing. So let's say a Pokemon, but like the 1, 2, 3 go whatever Pokemon where you had to like throw the
let's
thing.
go Eevee.
Let's go let's go Pokemon,
Pikachu.
let's go Pikachu. Yeah, she wants that where you got to like do the action, but you're collecting friends. That's what it is. That's what it is.
So I do have a cat. I don't talk about him at all because I don't like cats, and the cat belongs to my husband. His name is Gus. The cat in our house, he would play porn games because
I see why you asked the clarifying question.
I understand the caveats now.
Is he not neutered? Is that his problem?
No, he's like turbo neutered because we had to, in addition to being neutered, he had like an infection. So we had to like remove the tip of his penis, and it cost like $10,000.
He would play Stray and be really weird about it.
Right. No. So after, I think it's either his wet food or his night meal, he has a ritual where he has this one toy. It's like, you know, those little things where it's like a little toy on a stick. It's like that, but it's all fuzzy. And it's
Wait, does he drag it around and make sounds?
No, he fucks it and he makes sounds.
So I got a corn dog and you got a horn dog.
Yeah.
Hey!
Nice.
So, he still does this after being turbo neutered. Like even now that he doesn't have most of a penis, he will still do this.
Just can't stop.
Or
that guy.
no balls. Just that's what he does.
That is turbo neutered. Wow, they took
It
some
is
extra
turbo
pieces.
neutered.
Yeah.
And it was bad. It was like, we need to spend $10,000 to remove the tip of this cat's penis, or he will die.
That's like neutered hyper fighting.
It was not a great time. But like he's fine. He's totally fine now. But like he still fucks after every meal. It is a thing. You can hear him yowling. It's quite graphic.
So stupid.
But that's what he does.
Okay, that is well past time. I'm glad I took a chance on that question. It's time to get even more disgusting.
Oh no.
Because our lightning round this week is name design JAV titles.
Oh no.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh
no. This is something we've done on the show a couple times before. There's a great Blue Sky account called JAV Titles, which exclusively shares the titles of Japanese adult videos without context or images. What I'm tasking you with this week is going through each of these and imagining them as a non-pornographic video game. So I took 10 of the titles, which could maybe, if you twist into knots, be ambiguously non-pornographic. Let's see what we do with them. Title number 1 is A Dog Repays a Debt.
Wait. Say that again.
A Dog Repays a Debt.
And this is the title of a Japanese adult video.
That's correct.
Porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Don't
not
think about
important
it.
to what we're doing right now.
Well, no, because that's like such a weird title. I need to figure. Never mind. I don't want to think about this too hard. Nope.
Not right now.
Nope.
It's
Much
a trap,
like-
Ash.
So much like I hope the source material, I don't want to take the dog part literally because that's lazy.
I want to take the dog part.
Okay,
literally
so
because
it-
might hurt me.
So it could be it could be like a low-level gangster. He's been everybody's errand boy. He's the the
something
Level
like that,
1 goon, like in those mobile game ads.
Yeah, right. So he's like a level 1 goon, and he has to come all the way back up. He's been cast out by the family, and he repays his debt by destroying the family.
Pretty good. Okay.
So Yakuza.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Yakuza.
Thomas Mascot Academy. That game exists.
Yeah.
Number 2, Her Clothes for You, live.
Is there any kind of punctuation before live? Is there a comma or anything?
There is a comma between you and live.
I mean, it's got to be a dress-up game.
Yeah, this is okay. I wasn't thinking dress-up game, but I was definitely thinking a simulator game where you run a Plato's Closet.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm thinking about it as if Jaffe read it wrong, and it's Her Clothes for You live.
Oh, that's good. I'll take it.
And it is Talking Clothes is as far as I got on that.
Yeah, it's Toy Story but with clothes.
You got as far as the joke.
Yeah. It's
If
cloth
I were
story.
learning English, I would be mad as hell about live and live.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this whole language, it's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
How do
Stay
you
away from
pronounce
live alive.
Is it live alive? Is it live alive? Is
Yeah,
it
how
live
do
alive?
I think it's
pronounce
live
that?
alive.
I believe it. I thought it was live alive.
No way.
But you kind of got the alive pun there, maybe.
Yeah.
Live alive.
Let me just look at it. Let me look at the
I
logo.
don't think that helps. How does that help?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
because
it shouldn't be
it's-
live alive because that'd be live a
Yeah.
life, right? Like
It's
singular
Picross.
of live is life.
Yeah.
it's,
Like live a life is actually what that game is, right?
Mhm.
So it's trying to be
It's,
clever.
yeah, it's live alive.
No way.
Yeah, it's in the Japanese that they spell it
Okay.
live live.
All right.
Yep,
Live
sorry.
alive. Here's your
And
next game.
that's why I said I was going to look at the logo because it's in
Yeah.
katakana underneath the English.
Your next game is Pharaoh Mode Female Teacher Edition Mai Satsuki.
All right.
Iron
this
is
takes
involved in somehow.
This takes
Yeah.
place in ancient Egypt,
Uh-huh.
and you're a pharaoh.
Oh, that kind of Pharaoh. Okay.
The other.
And you're just you're managing your people. It's like a 4X simulator. That's what it is.
What does it say about the way that our brains work? When you said Pharaoh, I thought Ferro, and you thought Pharoh.
Here's the thing. You're both wrong. In the title, it's just Fero. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
That's
I
Italian
don't want to know
sounding.
what that means.
Pero.
Yeah.
No.
That's right.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
be
so
speaking
now it's just
Italian.
when he says Italian things?
Oh no, I didn't realize
Is
how
this like
powerful.
is this like a Tish that's French situation?
This is
Oh.
so distressing to learn about myself.
Oh my god, I gotta take Ash to Italy.
Or
You
or
gotta
just
take
to
her to
Olive
Buca
Garden.
de Beppo.
Yeah, take her to Olive Garden. The unlimited breadstick.
Oh boy. All right. Here's our next title. True Mommy Sitter Story.
True mommy sitter story.
Well,
Yeah.
this is absolutely one of those mobile games.
Oh yeah, the true
Mm.
stories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
pregnant Elsa dies at dentist for sure.
Yeah.
Adult Bloomers.
So I know what
this
this is actually
This is a
about,
planting. This is like a.
Yeah.
Wait, you are you familiar with this title?
No, I just know what bloomers are. Yeah.
Everybody knows what bloomers are.
Is that
this is a
true?
gardening sim.
Oh yeah, adult bloomers. Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Scream addiction.
Ooh.
That rules.
This sounds like it could be actually a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
this
favorite new metal band.
This is just a game that was it came to the US as like Mr. Johnny, but in Japan it was called Scream Addiction. It's like a it's a platformer that's like a
Horror
mascot
game.
platformer.
Splatterhouse.
Yeah.
But it's just called Scream Addiction.
Yeah, the US ad has like a guy with just like a huge gash in his face,
Yeah.
like a photo of a guy,
A
and,
grainy close up of a mouth.
And
right,
sunglasses.
and it just has text that's like really hard to read. It looks
Yeah.
like what you wouldn't download a car ad. But
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
says "I hate you."
It just says play this if you're not a girl.
Are we familiar with the recent update with you wouldn't download a car?
Oh yeah, the font was stolen.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yes.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
That's great. Here's our next one. 2-timer graduation from 2 dimensions.
This is an isekai.
I was thinking
Oh,
it's
it
a
is an isekai.
I was thinking it's a complicated dating sim. It's like a Tokimeki Memorial, where like that one where the girl remembers if you date anyone else in any of your other saves, and she comes and kills you.
Oh yeah, Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a two. So it could still be isekai, but it's like the girls from the guys from the other dimension know if you're dating someone in the current dimension, and then it's
You're dating
very-
across 2
Go
dimensions.
to school.
Yeah, then it causes a
Yes.
problem. Yeah.
Okay. Your next one is My Room Cross Uniform Girlfriend 008.
Oh, they finally made it to the 8th one.
Yeah. Of at least 100.
You might
So when
need to
you-
start pasting these in. I'm getting lost in the middle of
Yeah.
you saying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
I
room.
agree.
My Room Cross Uniform Girlfriend 008. The cross is lowercase x.
Okay, so it's your
I was gonna
room
ask.
wearing a uniform. Your girlfriend is a room
My Room Uniform Girlfriend
wearing a
008.
uniform.
No, this is
No,
for
no, it's-
21. No,
go
go ahead. Frank.
Well, I was gonna no. I disagree with the read. It is my room crossed with my 8th uniformed girlfriend. Right.
Okay.
So I'm someone with 8 girlfriends. They wear uniforms. That it's kind of. They all say thing number 1 through thing number 8.
That's like a Sentai group.
Yeah.
Like you got your Green Ranger girlfriend, you got your Red Ranger girlfriend.
And like she accidentally dies and like haunts my room, and it's an escape room where I have to settle an argument with my uniform girlfriend number 8.
You have to remember things about your 8th girlfriend, but not your 1st through 7th, because that makes it worst.
Right, exactly.
Well,
Oh,
okay.
man.
So because of the way Jeffy like physically pronounced this, I've never heard X be pronounced as cross, except in a Kingdom Hearts game. So for my answer, this is a Kingdom Hearts game in the year 2258.
Oh, okay.
They also do it in Namco Cross Capcom, and
That's
some of
where
those,
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was
No,
thinking.
Street Fighter Cross something is where I
Cross
got it.
Edge also. Yeah, Street Fighter Cross.
Yeah.
Who?
The video
Yoko?
game pronunciation.
I always say X.
Well, do you say Hunter X Hunter?
Oh, I do.
Yes.
Well,
I
it's
say
just
Hunter X
Hunter
Hunter.
Hunter. The X is silent.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah,
I
like,
still say it.
Well, I say
You gotta
Hunter
say it.
Hunter, but like before I knew it was Hunter Hunter, I would say Hunter X Hunter. It's like that X is an X. It's never a cross, which is why when you said that, I thought of Kingdom Hearts Cross, Pi, whatever. There are Greek symbols.
They really
somewhere.
play fast and loose with X over there.
They sure
They do.
Tone it down.
All right, here's your next game. 100 unsatisfied, beautiful, married amateur women.
That sounds like my
Life in the United
my romance
States for
life. Am I
straight
right?
We
Anyway,
both made the same joke.
yeah, we did
Nice.
from different perspectives.
I think it's like Mario 99. Was that what it was called?
Yeah, Mario
Oh,
128.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mario
yeah.
128. Yeah, I think it's like
Wait,
that.
it
was
was
a
not.
99.
No, it wasn't.
was
What was that
99.
called?
Mario 35.
Thank
No,
you.
there's-
Yeah. Was it
There's
called
the-
Mario 35? I thought there was 100 Marios.
There's Tetris 99.
Yeah. And
I thought it was Mario 99.
F-Zero. I don't think it was called
There was
Mario.
I think there was a 99 or 100 unofficial one, and then there was a 35 official one for the 35th
Oh, because of the
anniversary.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what
okay.
that was. Yeah.
Yeah, I
that?
guess Mario was 35, but whatever.
Yeah.
I still agree with where you're going. But what
agree
do we
too.
do with these unsatisfied
Yeah,
married wives?
what's this game about?
So it's a
Well-
battle royale of 100 women, and they
Yeah.
each have to fight to get to the end where they can get married to one guy, and they eliminate each other along the way.
Oh, it's Fortnite Bachelor.
Yeah.
It's
Fortnite.
like that, but it's left to right like Mario. And when
Yeah.
they die, they become platform.
Oh,
Oh, and you step over them.
Yeah.
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 what a commentary.
And at the end is not like a man to marry. It's the concept of satisfaction is all the way on the right.
Yeah, so it's like a cake.
Yeah.
Okay, here's your last one. I'm putting the whole name in chat. Your last video game is: there's a proportionally good chance that you'll find a good woman working for a good brand. She's working for a famous luxury brand store.
This is not a porn game. This is just straight up a Korean drama. Like,
Yeah.
you could probably
Yeah.
go to Korea right now and watch this on TV.
Yeah, it's just a visual novel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's
it could-
about right.
It could also be like a hidden object game.
Mhm.
You're trying to find the good woman working for the good brand in the famous luxury brand store.
Yeah,
But there's MacGuffins in there. You're trying to find the pixel type.
you
Funny.
gotta take advantage of that proportionally good chance. All right,
Mhm.
that's our
I gotta
episode.
go backwards
Yeah.
to the last one.
Yeah,
I looked at this title many times. 100 unsatisfied, beautiful, married amateur women. Right.
Uh-huh.
They are married.
The,
right?
the amateur is something that I just read over every time.
yeah.
What is an
We're-
amateur woman?
They haven't gone pro yet.
Well, so they're all eggs.
Yeah.
And they're normal.
Oh,
There we go.
that makes sense. Brandon,
Oh, so
you're
it's
the winner.
Dizzy. It's Dizzy 35.
Brandon, you are the winner of this episode. The credit totals as they stand right now are Brandon with 5, Ash with 7, and Frank with 6. Would anyone like to roll the gotcha machine at this point?
Oh, I have 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know how that happened. Yeah.
Or do
I'll
you
roll.
want to make
I'll
us
roll.
play a video game? Okay.
No, I don't want to make you play a video game. I'm never going to do that.
All right. Roll that gotcha machine. Frank, congratulations. Your first gotcha character is Bonker, the insane clown from Clay Fighter. And that's yours.
That thing's name
It's
was
not too bad.
Bonker.
Yeah. That's Bonker, the clown from Clay Fighter.
Like the same year that Disney was like airing Bonkers, they had a clown made of clay named Bonker?
That's right.
Well,
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I get Bonkers instead?
No.
There will be a trading round at some point,
Okay.
but that's not where we're at just now.
Oh man, I'm gonna make you all watch Bonkers.
You could do it.
You have the credits.
I've already watched it.
How did you
when
get
I was
through
a
more than
kid.
one?
I was
go
a
on.
child.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
a child, Frank.
I do recall it as being the weakest link in the Disney afternoon.
It was.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
So
It was, oh my god, maybe I have to do this. This is like
No,
Yeah.
don't. No, you don't.
Oh, you didn't feel
You do it.
challenged. Go
you
ahead.
can do it.
Go on.
I would like to roll one though, since I'm above 4.
Okay. I will take
let me
credit
get
away
my-
from
That's my
My
strategy
bad
too.
roll again.
Yeah.
Let me get my bad roll again.
Okay, get your roll. You've got, wow, this is an interesting one. You've got George the Animal Steel, an actual guy, because he was in the wrestling video game.
God, I got 2 human beings in a row, just regular humans.
Yeah,
Oh man,
Great.
does that mean Butterbean the boxer's on here somewhere? Because I want that one.
probably. Yeah, I have over 56,000 characters on this list. So, yeah.
So good odds I'll get Butterbean in the next
good,
like 3 rolls.
good odds, yes.
Yeah.
You just got to keep spending those credits. Ash, you got 7. You want to get a second character?
I am perfectly fine with my strategy of spending credits.
Okay.
I
Just
spent 2 in this very episode. so
you did spend 2, and you spent
don't
them
come for me.
quite well.
Since this is a gotcha,
Mm-hmm.
I think there should be some take your hands in your own fate. Because you have such a prolific spreadsheet, it's not as simple as rolling a D100 and
Mhm.
you taking that value and plugging it into your spreadsheet. But I would like to propose some way that the
Oh, yeah.
panelists can,
That we could like choose what machine we're cranking from.
figure out a way to do it ourselves. So,
Hmm.
because that's the purpose of a gotcha, right? You are the one who's pulling the lever.
What if I tell you, like, you could pick one from a Nintendo game, one from a Square game, or one from a wrestling game, and just
All right.
based on like those broad descriptors, you could say,
Yeah,
okay, I
yeah.
want that one, and then I'll reveal which one you pick.
I'd be happy with that.
Okay. I'd be happy with that for 2 credits. Yeah, that's fine. That seems fair to me.
No, I think that's good for 1 credit. Even like
We're
think
just
that's a
changing
better-
the one credit.
Yeah,
Great.
we're just changing the 1 credit.
Okay.
All right.
So I shouldn't have spent.
Yeah, I shouldn't
Although
have
my
spent either.
spending walked so we could run. So yeah,
true.
I really got a good value for that spend.
And once you've all got a party going, oh baby, we're off to the
Yeah.
races. But that's a while away. For now, what do you have to recommend to our listeners?
This comes out Monday.
This comes out Monday. You got something fun coming out this
Yeah,
week.
I have another stream.
Yeah,
coming up
I'll be there.
where I bought 125 loose EPROMs that came from Taito, Japan, that
Yeah.
appear to be from like
Sounds
maybe 1988 to
Frank's throwing an
1992.
EPROM.
And we don't know what's on them. There's some
Yeah.
writing on some of them,
Oh boy,
but not
You
really.
gotta get a date to the EPROM.
And on Wednesday, June 4th, I'll be digitizing them one by one, trying to assemble them into games. We don't know what's in there. It's kind of like the gotcha mechanic of the insert credit show, but
Yeah.
with ROMs. What I will say, okay, something I haven't said publicly, but since this is coming out late, I'll just say it. I did a couple test runs of like sets of 4, just to make sure my setup was working and everything before I committed to a stream. And there are tiles for a completely unknown Famicom game in here.
Nice.
I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know if the program is in here to do anything with the art yet, but there is at least half of a completely new to the world Famicom game in here. So
Oh,
come
baby.
explore together with me
Exciting.
on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific. It's on the YouTube, youtube.com/gamehistory.org, something like that. It's gamehistory.org though. That's the thing. Jaffe, will you be in chat?
I will be in chat.
Yay.
Woo.
I'll be there
Yeah.
for work purposes. My boss was like, "Hey, you should go to that and see what they come up with." I'm like, "Sure."
Oh, did that really happen?
Yes, that literally happened. Like, I did not know that you were doing this, and my boss sent me a tweet like, "Hey, they're doing this, and you should watch it." I'm like, "Okay."
Nice.
You want to see some tiles?
I was gonna ask you if like I didn't know if you knew what was in there or if you knew some of what was in there. It's like,
I can
hey,
see
can
the
we,
graphics only. There's no program, but I can see the graphics only from this lost game. And
can the Verge get some of this shit on embargo?
Well, we might have a game by then that like has the proper color palettes and stuff. You know what I mean? But but yeah,
man.
there's some of them.
There you
That's
go.
cool.
Hang on, I got
Oh,
more.
yeah.
I like
We
that
got
doctor.
We got Nurse
Or-
Hitler over here.
Yeah, that is Nurse Hitler.
Esper, I don't care if you put these in the thing.
A Nurse Hitler, how progressive.
Because it's just a 2-day early
Finally.
preview for there you go. Look at these people.
Wow.
This looks like Dune.
Kind of
Or
does.
at least the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little Dune-ish.
It's even Dune.
Yeah. I
We
like
should
it.
also put pictures of our pets somewhere in there, the show
I
notes.
suppose
feel
that's
Sure.
true.
Yeah.
I'm very I don't give a shit anymore so much about killing the dog, but I am very sensitive to paying the pet tax.
Mhm.
So if you mention your pet, you should.
Which means you do have to get a picture of Gus in there, I'm afraid.
I should
Yeah,
have
guys.
some. I should have something.
Do you want to see
Yeah.
Corn Dog's
The horrible
profile
cat.
picture on his
do.
litter robot?
Aw.
There you go.
Nice.
Oh,
He's currently 12 pounds. He goes to the bathroom 5 times a day.
wait! You have one of those auto
Yeah.
self cleaning, and
Yeah.
it has an app where you make
Yeah.
a profile.
I
Okay.
get a push notification
Whenever.
when my cats go to the bathroom.
When he makes a push, you get
That's
a
right.
push.
I
There
hate
you
that. Never say
They
that
have
again.
Look, Tappy's a little more artsy with her profile pictures.
Oh, yeah.
She's way less. She goes to the bathroom only 3 times a day.
Jeffy, did you get Push from Venture Brothers?
No, I knew that. I know I made a Venture Brothers joke like 45 seconds before that, but I knew Push independently of Venture Brothers.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, my recommendations. One is an anime called Windbreaker. It's about a bunch of high school boys that have explosive gas.
I had a feeling. Yeah.
That was
not
the
the-
joke in my head. It was like
Well,
the way things
I loaded
animate-
the
with the
joke
way
gun. It was ready.
Anime is today. Nothing
Yeah.
surprises me. I take everything literally.
So the problem is they did spell it with a space in between, so it's wind space breaker,
Mhm.
which there's no other reading of that other than they're making farts. But it's a nice anime if you want like a straightforward shonen anime about boys who fight for justice in high school, and one of the main guy is like embarrassed by attention. He's like a tsundere type character. It's nice. It's a real easy watch. I recommend it. And it's like cheesy. It's all about the power of friendship, whatever, all that kind of nonsense. So there's that. It's currently in the middle of the second season, as they're calling it, but it's really the second half of the first whole thing. But anyway, there's that. And then I just want to also say to listeners of this podcast, thanks for being a left-wing person, because there's a lot of talk about Democrats need a podcaster of the left or whatever.
Yeah.
And that stuff, it just doesn't work the same way as it does on the right, because for right-wing personalities, it's very easy for them to give you an easy answer. The easy answer is like, focus on yourself, focus on people that look exactly like you, etc. All the other people doing things are messing you up. Whereas being a left-wing person, you have to continue to practice and learn empathy.
Mhm.
And you have to keep that in practice constantly. And there is never going to be an easy answer to empathy, because that's always changing, and it's an ever-changing beast. And so to the
It
people
will
that
never make you feel good the
No,
way
it'll-
that a right wing podcast
That's right.
can try to make you feel good.
yeah, you don't get that sense of relief, like, oh, now I
Or
can
the
relax.
sense of someone telling you, it's okay, you're
Right.
okay, you're a good person.
Nothing's
To
your
increase
fault.
You will
the
not
amount
get
of
that.
good in the world.
Yeah. Nobody on a left wing podcast is going to pat your head and tell you're a good boy,
No.
unless it's the different kind of podcast.
It's all self-elected, and it being trying to be a good person it's really on you, and no one's going to congratulate you for it. So I'm going to congratulate you for it.
Yeah.
If you're keeping on and continuing to try to do it, good for you.
If you are doing anything at all, if you're calling your representatives, if you're just monitoring voting schedules, if you're just taking any sort of action to help people with time or with money, or just being more socially conscious, I just want to say I'm proud of you.
Yeah, and if you're just being a normal person to your immigrant neighbors, etc.
Yeah.
It's it's cool to be cool. I'm glad some of us are doing it. It's especially hard right now, and feels unrewarding right now, because it's always kind of feels unrewarding, but our gains are really hard won right now. But it's absolutely worth doing, and none of us should stop. And don't get suckered. Don't get suckered by the easy answers. The end.
And it's easier to do than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ash, you got anything?
Man, I'm really bad with recommendations. because I've been so busy the last 2 months as we prepare for Summer Games Fest and the launch of the Switch 2 next week. I'm not doing anything except melting my brain with work, so I don't have anything specific. On Brandon's anime note, watch Apothecary Diaries, which I'm pretty sure I've already recommended on this show.
Yeah.
Touch Grass.
Always a good note.
Yep.
I have another anti-recommendation.
Oh, what's an anti-recommendation?
Which is I watched the movie Blackenstein last night.
Oh, tell me more.
Blackenstein was a movie that was created to capitalize on the popularity of Blackula. And
I'm sure.
It was conceptualized
Did not do that.
by an Italian-American lawyer.
Ferro.
Yeah, that's right. Ferro. And he...
Too powerful. It's too powerful.
And Blackenstein wound up being a guy that he unsuccessfully acquitted of murder. And after he got out, they hired him to be Blackenstein. It's just like completely incompetently made. It's the director's first movie. It's absolute nonsense. Just at one point they throw like a stand-up comedian live show in the middle of it toward the end, just like, and the conceit is that Blackenstein is walking toward it. And so that's why they can show this man doing his comedy routine for a little bit.
Is it the director?
It's not. No.
Damn.
He's actually the best person in the movie. The guy who gets to do his comedy routine. It's just like the misery, the bad parts of 70s blaxploitation and genre films all rolled into one. It's just it's not good. But I watched it. I watched the whole thing. Some of it in fast forward, but I watched it. So don't watch it. If you get fooled into thinking Blackenstein is going to be fun, it's not the end. Don't watch Blackenstein.
Okay, I do have one legit recommendation. If you need something funny, like consistently funny to like watch, go give Sam Reich $5 and get a subscription to Dropout TV. And you will laugh your ass off forever, essentially. Just forever.
I've been making it through that Dimension 20.
Does that mean there's just a guy saying like Italian words all the time?
No, it's actually, yes, depending on what depending on what shows you're watching. Like, make some noise. You get some dudes that are not Italian saying things very Italianly. That is very funny.
Yeah. You know, that's actually correct. I have some recommendations. I would like to recommend that if you enjoyed this episode of Insert Credit, that you please rate and review our show wherever and however you can. You can also support us directly with your contributions to patreon.com/insertcredit. If you'd like to sponsor our show with an advertisement or personal message, or submit your own buzzer, you can email me at show@insertcredit.com. You could also join our community at forums.insertcredit.com or find us on youtube.com/insertcreditshow. This episode is edited by Esper Quinn with music by Kurt Feldman. I'm Alex Jaffe.
I'm Frank Cifaldi.
I'm Brandon
Ash
Sheffield.
Parrish.
Ooh, I jumped the gun.
Excuse
What did I
me.
Oh, princess.
You forgot about Ash, and your game has now been saved. Can I tell you about my Steam wish list?
What's that?
Yeah.
My Steam wish list has 2 games on it. One of them is Demon School.
Thanks.
And the other one is, for some reason, I cannot remember, maybe I misclicked something, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. So every time that game goes on sale, I get a little email like, hey, guess what?
Nice.
Is it bad that I don't use wish lists?
Yeah,
It's bad, right?
bad for the industry, but also
Yeah, I
good
know.
for your objectivity as a journalist because you can't want something.
No,
Right.
I'm not allowed to be a person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's also great for your personal journey towards enlightenment and the Buddhism path, because wanting is suffering.
That's true.